What's up? Sorry, Choco's doing some weird shit. Choco! Anyway, I'm gonna try to hurry up and get this up. Hit this duty finder going. Try to get on some rival wings. I'm a little bit later than what I wanted to be on today. I was actually gonna try to be a tad bit earlier, but I actually randomly found a really awesome set of streams on YouTube, and yeah, got stuck on watching those randomly and got lost track of time by a lot. It looked like it if you were looking from this way. What's up, zombie? Doing Wayne? Yes, about to get into rival wings. Do you actually want in before the queue starts? Well, that was not intended at all, and far too perfect. Maybe hurry up and try to get in there now, just like... Or maybe... wait. Man. Let's do it next game, because then I could probably get you in a lot faster. I can't believe the queue even popped like that. This is the hardest thing ever. Maybe... Damn it. I was hoping maybe it just didn't work. For some reason, I could quickly get you in there. Next round, it's okay? Awesome. Yeah, sorry. I didn't honestly think that it would queue that fast. I never have that luck. Currently in the background, I'm not having very good luck. My phone's doing crazy shit. Okay. Last night I played a few good games. I hope to not. The few games I actually get on are very well. We will definitely see, but man, I really hope so. Told you before you started. Saw you chilling, what mage, and kind of figured you'd be doing it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you would have said something, I would have got you right in there. You know, next round, honestly, would probably be a lot easier to get in on anyway. Per se, I mean, obviously, that was just almost like insta-queue. Again, I'm never that lucky. Honestly, it's easier to catch a wave when you know when it's about to end. And, like, right after this, I could just, like, invite you right in. And you could just keep riding that same wave. So to speak, anyway, as long as everything does go well. Well, at least we got a little army of mammoth over here. Well, I said that. Kind of brick wall this here. Oh my god, go to the Dragoon! This went to everyone but. Shit. It's all good, zombie. I feel you. I know how it goes. But, I mean, it'd be cool having you in a party for a couple rounds. So that first little run with the mammoth really had a good little push. Hopefully we can keep that up. Damn. What is my team doing right now? Working on the other side. Well, the other crew. Oh well, I mean, it looks like it's working, so can't really say much. Just a lot of death going on over here. Oh, shit. This is a good match. That's for sure. You actually gotta go now? Oh, that's all good. Yeah, hopefully you can catch me. I'll be on here for quite a while tonight, zombie, but it's all good. I feel you. Be careful going out, though. I mean, just, you know, no particular reason, just, you know, careful out there. Man, they're getting us quick. Oh man, that is not good. Two oppressor. Damn! Still lost our tower. What's up, Chaz? How's it going? How are you tonight? How was the Sunday? Or possibly Easter if you celebrate? Or any other day? I don't know. Is this like, is this day another thing? Like, is this another holiday in other religions? Like I really don't know. I haven't done any research, so I mean, I legit don't know. It's just like, oddly enough, made me think about it. Man, this is a very close match. They got our core down to 99. Almost have destroyed our last tower. They just did. Close game. It's gonna be a really close game. They took me out. Middle ground cheese. This guy knows it. Nice. They're at non. Two. Oh, fuck. They're making a comeback. Whew. Got a little scary there at the end. Well, at least the first one started off well. Maybe the rest will keep up. Gosh, hopefully the next game doesn't take too long. It doesn't. Sweet. Now this. Oh my god. I'm gonna be so mad if this loading screen really does this right now. Is this really a thing? Oh my god! The duty funder really fucking did that right now. I was about to say, I better not get a fucking penalty. Oh, that makes me so upset though. I'll probably have to wait for a whole new match now. It was your niece's birthday today, and you were about to smoke some medicine. Say some of the last of the survivor mode. Nice. Did you make any progress last night? I think you said that you were gonna play it again last night. Not too bad. 396. Hmm. 1,188. Not too bad. And no jackpot. Go with a 16? 40, worst one. But it's all good. You missed the good old Georgia barbecues though? I could feel you there. Actually, got the chance to go hang out with my mom today, and we had like a fish fry at her place for. It's more of a family thing. Like, they all know I'm not really religious, so they just kind of like have family get-togethers now instead of like having for a religious purpose, which is really cool. I got a hell of a family, and yeah, we got a lot of that done today. But Also spent a lot of time with the Doge, old Choco over here. She's like tuckered out. But that's good though. It's always nice getting to spend a little time with family. Bunch of consolation prizes, probably. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I got a 4th place. Nice. And with that boost from the free company, man. 5,120. Not bad. Good deal. Nice. I'll be so mad if it does this shit again. Might get close to finishing tonight, depending on how hard it's gonna be. Man. Well, I hope you have some awesome luck with it for sure. I can only imagine the difficulty on Survivor mode. I've never actually tried it. So... how hard is a bloater on Survivor? Have you got to that yet? Medicine Tom, all good. You know, this is definitely by far not my favorite mount. I figured it would grow on me more, and the parts of it I do love. But, like, in the non-flying areas, it just takes all the razzle-dazzle right out of it. Unlike Whisper Go here, it looks like it's going a billion miles an hour. Ow! This thing belongs in Mario Kart. Man, that's a hell of a jump. I wonder if I can make it like that. Just time the angle perfectly. Probably not. Close. I got all that jump space, and that's where you stop me. Which holiday is next? Man, that's a weird thing to think about. What is it, May? Labor Day? Does that even count? Wonder if it'll be easier on this thing. Jumping on shit as a Lalafell is hard. I completely fucked that up. I need to get him like a little step to just go right in front of this thing. Make jumping on top of it a little bit easier. Poor little guy. I should stop torturing him. Ah, man, this queue's savage as fuck. Why, oh why did the game have to go off and just keep me locked up? On a loading screen during a queue. There we go. It's like the most savage thing ever. It's like, here you go. Just kidding. Need to check something. Good tell. Well, let's hope I'm on a good team. You know, it is crazy how far a lot of people are willing to grunt for some mounts. Like, even myself. I mean, it's just a crazy concept to really just think about for a little bit. There's a lot. I wonder if warriors get offended when you don't really get hurt sometimes. Like, when they're, like, really giving it their all, and you just, like, heal yourself. Like, back in the day with benediction, I guarantee it was so much worse. They probably act like it wasn't, but I guarantee it was. Benediction, let me tell you, that was one hell of a move if you never got to experience that in PvP. No, haven't fought any infected yet, but the bloaters are a biznatch to kill. Yeah, for real. They gave him so much defense and so much health. Not to mention that they're pretty invulnerable to just like regular like bullet shots as well. Also, you know, you really just don't ever encounter them in like cold situations. It's always like, oh shit, things look like they're about to lighten up. No, wrong. Bloater. I'm actually on a really good team. I'm happy about that. Everybody's playing most of the mechanics pretty correctly. It looks like everything's going pretty sound. So that's pretty awesome. No, fuck! It's getting real over here. They're straight up targeting me! Man, it's just getting like extra spicy over here. Oh no! No bueno. That is way too many mammoths all at once. They were farming those things over there. You wish you lived back in the day? When arcades? Hey, yeah, that'd be cool. Like late 80s, early 90s. Well, really just like the whole 90s era. I mean, that was a cold period, but I mean, realistically, the only reason people did it then was because they couldn't afford home consoles. So, I mean, essentially, that's really what ruined arcades. Like, it's that and the internet kinda as well. The internet and home consoles definitely was basically the murder to arcades there. Just the ability to not have to pay a quarter per life or per 3 lives per se. You know, so stuff like that, you know. Whew, barely missed that train. No, that's never good. You got a brute justice coming over. Oh, this is not good. Oh, not good. Oh, it's getting a little bit better. Man, that got scary for a second. I had a straight up army over here after me. Ooh. So, Chaz, you excited for Friday? Days Gone. Coming out soon. Oh, shit. I stepped right into that. Which is not good. Oh, man, our tower is probably as good as gone now. Gosh, that's so many mammoths coming at it all at once. Yep, dead. Oh man, if we can get another little push of mammoths going at them again, that would be amazing. Ah, shit. Straight up got targeted. Rocket punch, mega beam combo. What the fuck is that? Yes, I will stream it. Debating on like how I'll do it. I'm probably just gonna do it on Friday. I thought about doing it on Thursday night right as it comes out, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll get back to you on that one closer to the date. I'll let everybody know like Wednesday or something. But yeah, definitely gonna happen. Which, in saying that, just because my job and everything, I'm probably gonna take like a day or two break from 14 here. I really want to immerse myself into Days Gone. Oh shit. We're not gonna get anywhere with all of these mammoths back here backing them up like that. And this Australorphan over here. They've literally got a whole army of mammoths coming at us. Yeah, Chaz, I'm really hoping, like, it's a really highly anticipated game, and I'm really hoping it, like, plays out to how it, like, I mean, it has a lot to really hold up to in a way, you know? I mean, loads of expectations have already been put upon it. So, I mean, I'm really hoping for the best, really hoping I enjoy the game. I think I will, you know, I'm pretty confident, but, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't know. I'm really hoping for the best with it, though. Oof. Oh, it's about to get real wild out here. Oh, we got an oppressor down on the ground. Nice. But, oof. They're only at 45, and we're at 5. So that's not a good thing. is your problem with me? Gotta be the same one. Same strategy. For 3 years at GameStop, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, though. Super highly anticipated, and, I mean, we know a little bit about the game. We know the base story, but there's still a lot we don't really know about the game, and that's the, oh, we lost, the what if that I'm really curious about. It has to be great, though. It's one of those, it's been put up to, like, so many high expectations for so long. Man, 526,000 health restored. That is fucking, I'm actually even impressed by that one. 500,000, that's a lot. Karumi, what is up? How are you this evening, Karumi? Glad to hear from you. This is gonna backfire on me. I'm gonna try to do something really quick in the background. Gotta take a very quick restroom break. I'm gonna make it quick. Okay. Let's hope that the next game is just as good. I mean, though I did lose, it sucked to have lost, but at the exact same time, like, both of those parties were, both teams played fucking great. Red and blue. Definitely. I knew I was in the wrong spot. I just knew deep down. I was like taking that leap of faith, hoping maybe, just maybe. I should have known. So, Chaz, what other games are you excited about? There's a lot of really cool games coming out. Quite a bit, actually. I was really hoping that I could have got into MK11. It doesn't really look like I'm gonna be able to, not like right on release anyway, unfortunately. But man, that was a game I was really looking forward to for a little while though. What's the next event going down in this? I can't really think of it right now. I don't think anything's been announced for a while, until like Shadowbringers maybe. Which is kind of sad, other than, you know, the world change thing, which is cool. If it applies to you. I mean, I guess it kind of does. A lot of people from other servers will get to visit here. I know a few people that's already really wanted to get in on that. So they'll have that option. I guess that's a cool thing to really look at from that point of view. And, you know, maybe a lot of the other people, like, even in the free company here that want to, like, venture off to another server to hang out with, like, old friends or something, that's an option as well. All good, Chaz. I'm actually still gonna be on here for quite a while, probably. Still gonna run some more Ravel Wings, as long as these are panning out pretty well. Then here a little bit later, we'll get in on those Seiryu farms. Maybe we can get some people from the free company, maybe Rez, or maybe even Minato. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully that goes well, too. Seiryu, man, I really love that fight, but I hate how it's so, like, it's either gonna go really well, or it's just not. You know, like, it's either you're playing with people who figured the mechanics out, or they just don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. A big thing, really, here lately hasn't been people not knowing the mechanics. A really big thing here lately has been low DPS, in the general, getting everybody into, you know, high enough numbers to... Well, you know, if you don't have high enough DPS, you're gonna hit and rage. I mean, this is what happens playing the extreme stuff. So hopefully, that won't be an issue either. We'll see, though. Man, I really wish there was more shit you could do in queues. I mean, I know I could, like, craft shit with my culinarian, but damn. I really don't want to. Gosh, that will be a good thing about Shadowbringers. At least I can fish again. I mean, I know I can go fishing now, but, like, it's not really anything that I can fish for that I want to be in a queue for, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go fly the regalia around. I wonder if the top goes up if it's raining. Probably doesn't. Nope. It's snazzy, but it's not that snazzy. They didn't make the top go up in the rain. Man, that would have been nice if they would have done that. Like, I mean, it's already really nice. Like, it has a pretty seamless jump to go over to the top F or whatever. But man, if they would have, like, done that, went that extra mile, put the top up when it's raining, that would have been legit. Ah, this isn't what I wanted.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want us to always be, to always be.
These guys don't do nothing but train. Must suck when they get hungry. I wonder where it's not raining right now. Not right here. You know, other than Shadowbringers and Days Gone, another game that I'm really looking forward to, and other than The Last of Us 2, is, holy shit, I just forgot. It was like right there. Oh, man. I'll come back to that, but man, that's gonna bother me now. I was really thinking hard about that next game. Hopefully this queue doesn't take too much longer. This is torture. Oh yeah, now I know. That Star Wars game. Has anybody else seen the trailers to the new Star Wars game they have? Coming out soon? It's kind of like a... that benediction. I miss that shit in PvP. But yeah, that new Star Wars game, it looks sick. Oh my god. I can't believe I even forgot about it for a little bit. It's not Battlefront. It's like another narrative story. Like, the last game that I actually played that was like that was, The Force Unleashed. And I loved that series so much. I felt like it was so underrated. It was underrated and overrated at the exact same time. That sounds crazy to say, very contradicting sentence there. But I say that because The Force Unleashed, you were playing, technically the, Padawan, if you will, of Darth Vader. And in the second game, you're playing the same dude, but it's a clone of the last dude. Very buggy, kind of morbid story. But be that as it may, it's like the dude really sees, like, basically the light to the dark without ever having too much of the Jedi intuition, you know? Like, Order 66 has happened, so most of them are dead, you know? Obviously, Darth Vader's the one training this guy, but it's like young Darth Vader. It's like, The Force Unleashed actually happens between episodes 3 and 4 for the first game, and for the second game, maybe 4 and 5, I don't know. I know there was like a Luke Skywalker DLC that was just too overpriced for me to play, so I didn't even do it. I heard that you could like beat it in like 30 minutes, so I was just like, yeah, fuck that. So I didn't even bother with it, but man, the story that they're playing with now is a very, very edgy, touchy story place where they could actually build something if they do it right. And that game does look really good. Does definitely give me that Force Unleashed vibe. Now all they need to do is start making series into the KOTOR era into films. Then they're really gonna start getting it. Only say that because, like, during, like, the KOTOR era, if you're, like, a Knights of the Old Republic, if I needed to elaborate that, but, the reason I'd say that, it's like, if you're not familiar with it, it's, like, the before period of, well, the actual Star Wars that we know. It's where the Force was more vibrant, it was more apparent, there was more people Force capable, I guess is a good way that you could say it. And, you know, this is one of the best birthday presents ever. No, that little series there, like, see, that's a big thing in Star Wars that we've always had. Yeah, there's always, like, 1 or 2 Jedi, maybe a handful of Jedi, but the big mass majority of the time, except for, like, episodes 1, 2, and 3, which even still you don't really get that much Jedi action. You get a little bit more, but not as much, like, but that's, like, the big overarching thing of what I'm, like, coming across here is, like, over the series, like, except for 1, 2, and 3, and even again, you know, they're pretty much only touching up on it by, like, a handful of characters. There's never much lightsaber action, you know? You can argue in episode 2 with the Clone Wars, how there's that huge army and there's all those Jedi. Get real. Like, get real. You don't zoom out and say, oh, look at all the Jedi. No, that's not what I mean, and you should know it. Like, as a Star Wars fan for all these years, there's only one thing that I've wanted more than anything. Like, straight up, like, Jedi War. And I'm, again, not talking Clone Wars. I'm talking Jedi War. I want to know this Jedi, this Jedi, this Jedi, this Jedi, this Jedi. Not see that Jedi from, like, an aerial point of view created by CGI. Typically, probably about, you know, quarter of a mile away. That guy's a barely rendered image that you have moving back and forth that you're just making look like a high quality image with probably cheap special effects. Could be expensive. I don't really know the budget of Star Wars, but I imagine it's like one of those, like, they get the full throttle, but not really the nitrous along with the acceleration, if you know what I mean. And, I don't know, it's just like one of those things. Like, I would love to see them do the KOTOR series, where Jedi's more, like, it's not like a special thing. They're not looking at that guy like, oh, he's a Jedi. I would be like, oh, like, another fucking Jedi. Like, that perspective would be cool. Like, it's always a legacy or a legend in everything we even have now. Even in, like, 1, 2, and 3, before Order 66, you know, there's only a chosen few, and there's the Council. So, you know, something's already happened to, like, separate them from the rest of the realm of the Force and Jedi and the dark side. So, like, I would really like to see that gleaning thing before all of that in, like, the KOTOR series, where it's just, like, the Jedi way is, you know, just, you know, they have the light, the dark, and then the balance, and I would really like to see that play out, which it seems like they're gonna kind of, like, try to do with this last Star Wars movie, or this next, they're saying episode 9 is gonna be the last in that series, but will it really, though? We had episode 3 back in the day. They started with 4, 5, and 6. I mean, it's an ingenious plan that could go anywhere. It's like Speed Racer with the Mach 5. It makes you wonder about the Mach 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is like an empty spot for a story to be filled. I mean, that's Star Wars. It's the most ingenious plan of all time for a franchise. Oh, sorry about that long rant, everybody, and everybody that came in. Thank you for coming in. Rez, glad to have you. Other than the usual games, you'd like to play Ghost of Tsushima and the newest Dynasty Warriors game. That's cool. Haven't played Fallout 76. I have actually streamed it. Me and Minato tour fucking West Virginia. And Rez, how are you? How was the Sunday? How was the Easter? Justrad, how have you been? He needs some milk. Nah, what I need is a good Star Wars film. But yeah, sorry you had to come in on the ramp, but I'm glad you showed up. Glad to have you. I've just been on a weird rant with Star Wars. It's just something that I would really like to see the series, like, actually portray before it actually dies off. Because, I mean, I don't know. I know that Disney buying it off and saying that they're going to do, like, an infinite amount of movies as long as they have a fan base following. That's literally a two-way street. Like, that could be like, oh, awesome, more funding for a franchise I like, and then there's also opening the doorway to people changing the franchise that you like because it has to appeal to others to be on that format. Definitely a scary two-way route for Star Wars. To me, I can't really argue. There's a lot of people that don't really like the new films. You know, there's two ways I look at it. It was a way I actually talked to my brother, who's not a big fan of the newer films. I literally told him, like, the best way, if I don't really think I'm gonna like the film, I will go in there with the acknowledgement of it's not what my expectations are. I will, like, pretend. I'll be like, this isn't Star Wars. This is some movie with shit kinda like Star Wars, and I'm just gonna accept it for what it is. And when I go in there and watch it, my mind is blown because I don't have these random crazy expectations that I had written for myself before I ever went in there to even perceive them. It's a big thing people do, especially humans. You know, we can't help ourselves. That's what we do. So, you know, with a movie like that where I never really know where to set the bar, I do this with Marvel films more than all films. And comic book films as well, because we can all argue about this all day, but they've never made a comic book film that completely adds up to everything that's happened within a comic. Ever. Like, everything always gets so diluted because they can't fit, you know, a 50-page series or longer into, like, a 3-hour film. It's impossible. So they just gotta use, like, little cliff notes, you know, like when you were in school, if you, knew what they were, or did any, like, studying like that with, things, you may have heard of Cliff Notes, where they just take clips of facts, and, they kind of, like, they just give you the gist of everything that you pretty much need to know, but doesn't really tell you everything you need to know, just the gist of it. And, I feel like that's kind of like a movie when they try to portray a comic. And, man, it's a really big one for me. So, like, usually when I go see, like, a comic book film of any kind, or if you're an anime fan, and, when Netflix tries to, like, reinterpret the anime into live action, you also know exactly what I'm talking about. There's just, like, this thing where they just leave out so many things. And, like, the way I love to really watch those is you can't have a high expectation with something like that at all. Like, you literally have to go in there with this is not what I'm going to expect. I'm just going to have to watch it for what it is and accept it for what it is. And that's, like, how you have to do something like that. And again, especially with a comic film or an anime adaptation to a live action. And, man, some people can't do that, though. They can't go in there with that, like, empty mind. And, as much as I love my brother, he's one of my best friends, he's one of those people. Like, he always builds those expectations. So, like, when I'll ask him about something that, just came out to anything, he usually doesn't like it at first. He'll hear my point of view and how I looked at it, and he'll be like, oh, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I have a different kind of point of view on it now, which is also awesome. My brother's he's like me in a lot of ways. You got to break down the wall before he really kind of, like, gets to the same exterior motive that I usually have, which mine is just like, just accept it for what it is. Don't accept it for what it, my expectations could have wanted it to be, which is a hard thing to do, being human. Something I always like to touch up on when explaining anything like that. We're all human. We all have our own interpretation and perspective of things and stuff like that. Holy shit, we are getting stomped upon right now. Like, it doesn't help that somebody in my team literally started this game, like, not here in the game with us. He literally walked away. It's even worse the fact that we're not doing hardly any shit to them, and they are obliterating us very quickly. Holy fuck. That is not good. You're good? Finally getting to play Joker on Smash, I'm assuming. That's awesome. How is he? Is he seamless? Is he nice? Is he clunky? Is he annoying? I heard that he was super OP. Like, a lot of people don't like the fact that he's, like, super duper strong and kinda easy to play. But I could be wrong, that's why I'm asking you. I have no knowledge. I don't even own a Switch, so I have no knowledge of the current, Super Smash Bros. I actually haven't. The most recent one I played was on the original Wii. That's how long it's been since I've played a Smash Bros. Game. The Lord of the Rings games were pretty fun to play. The only ones I actually ever played were the old ones. Like, the old ones. Like, I'm talking, like, the ones that were, like, remakes of the movies. I played them on GameCube. I played, The Two Towers, Return of the King. The only two I actually played. And then, let's see, what else? I played The Hobbit, but the Game Boy version, not like the console version, which, I had a friend actually tell me that was a huge difference. And I played, let's see, Shadow of Mordor? Was that the recent one? I didn't play the recent one. I played the one that was before the recent one. Not the most recent one, as far as those go. And I played one other one. But one thing with that I wish they would have done would have just, which they kind of did, but I don't know. I wish it would have been different later on in the fact. I wish they would have done a game kind of like this, but I guess that would have been either this or World of Warcraft. It would have been too edgy and hard for them to actually create. But, I mean, it was just a series that I feel like was kind of like underrated, but they did it to themselves. It wasn't the community or the games. The games I played were okay. Not my favorite games, of course, but, I mean, they were okay. He's really good. He might be top tier, but his moves take some precision to use well. Damn. How is, like, the Persona thing actually work? Is it, like, a button combo? Or is it, like, you just press a button and then, like, Arsene comes out? Because I saw that like that was like a big thing. And does Morgana? I know it shows like in the trailer for him that he actually has like an all-out attack as well, which is kind of crazy. Welcome back, zombie. Glad that you had a safe trip. Glad that you could make it back. Keeping people's houses. You feel awkward? That's funny. You want in the next Rival Wings match, zombie? If there's another go. I mean, I don't know. This game's been crazy up in the air. I've had some really, like, the teams tonight are really good. I'll tell you that much. Like, really good on both sides. I've not had a bad game yet. I haven't won every game. I won the first, lost the last two. But, or wait, this might be the third game. How long have I been on? Yeah, I think this is actually the third game. Might be the fourth. Fuck, I don't know. They kind of ran together on me. But, I mean, the thing I can say, though, is that everybody playing tonight, top tier. Like, this is the Rival Wings group at its finest. I mean, it's going very well. It's kind of scary. Super scary. Gosh, they got a heavy push going on. I'm hoping that we have one to counter this coming up soon. I hope. We'll see, I guess. Oh, fuck. I got double mega beamed. Sure, awesome. Arsene automatically comes out, damn. That's cool. At least they mitigated it in a certain way. Like, it kind of sounds like that makes it a little bit more difficult, though, that it comes out, like, automatically. But, I mean, it is cool that they did a little mitigation with it to kind of, like, make a little sense, you know? I see how it would also get a little difficult if you had to manage, like, a summon character while trying to fight off, like, 4 other characters in a melee-style video game. I mean, I could really see the downside in that. Ah, fuck. 2 brute. Not good. Oh man, we're losing. We're at 53, they're at 73. That's no bueno. What's up, Mira? How are you this evening? As much as I hate to bill, I got a bill. I can't take on this many people by myself all at once. I will die. An unjust death. His moves change and he becomes OP. Wow. Oh man, they're at 48, we're at 35. We're still losing. Not getting any better. Good, you're logging in? That's cool. Damn, he didn't make it. They got a fucking brute justice down here. Do you have ice cream? Ice cream's always nice. Oh god. I'm gonna follow this brute. Hopefully we make it to the end. We did not. We did not make it out of the base. Man. These games are getting intense though. Okay, get zombie in here now. Anybody else want in on the Rival Wings here before I get it started? Wish you had ice cream. Thing is, Joker is combo heavy. And Smash players hate that. Man. I've always liked combo moves with a fighting game though. It's really old school. It makes me think more Mortal Kombat, more Street Fighter, and then less Virtua Fighter. And also less like gosh, what was the last? That was the last fighting game I did. It was the last Dragon Ball Z game, Xenoverse. That was the last one I played. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like that fighting style. Chocolate chip cookie dough. Sounds like some good ice cream. I'm actually gonna manage something really quick in the background, so I'll be right back. What I really hope is that this queue doesn't take 17 minutes. I don't really think it will, luckily. I think everybody in the background of the Rival Wings group here is actually kind of like doing something kind of actively the same. You know, while they're not in the queue, it's kind of like, let's hurry up, or while they're not actually in the battle, kind of like rummaging around the background trying to get some stuff done before it queues up, or before they let it queue up, per se. It's your favorite ice cream. Man, my favorite ice cream. That's a hard one. That is a really hard one, because I'm that guy that, like, when you go to an ice cream shop, I like those, like, specialty flavors that you don't really get to see in the stores that often. Or around here. They're very basic with ice cream where I live. Very basic. Pretty much in most stores you would see the average. You know, you would see the... nothing pretty crazy like cappuccino or pistachio, two of my favorite ice creams. One of my versatile favorites that you can pretty much get anywhere, though, is mint chocolate chip. Oh, love that shit. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, next level. But also pistachio. All I'm saying is, if you've never had pistachio ice cream, if you like the flavor of pistachio, definitely go try. Also, if you have like a good place where, you know, you can get it in a bowl, not just a cone, pistachio ice cream with cherries and pineapple. Oh man, you will thank me later for trying that. Unless you're allergic to any of that stuff, and if so, avoid it. But if you're not, go for it. It'll change your life. Minato! I just slapped my knee. I'm glad you're here. How are you, Minato? You have an entire pint. Ooh. You ever had, what is it? Is it, hey, I'm gonna look it up before I vaguely talk about it. I think it's called, like, Halo Top? Like, I'm pretty big on, like, health. Hit and miss. You wouldn't think I would be, judging by the way I love to talk about cheese. And, a lot of other really good, foods like that. But, one really good ice cream, yeah, it's Halo Top. Like, if you ever want to have one that's, like, really not bad for you at all. I mean, I guess in some cases, you know, it's not healthy for you, per se. But it's not as bad for you, is a better way to look at it. It's Mira. But, yeah, Halo Top. I mean, some decently lot ice cream. That's, like, the best way to put it. It's like lot ice cream. It's actually got a lot of really good flavor, and, it's not bad for you. Random shout out to Halo Top for no reason. Good stuff, though. You like Oreo ice cream and Reese's ice cream? I can't argue with that. Like, like, I really like flavors like that, too. Like, I don't know. What really get me there are those ones you can't find as often as others. I think that's what it really is with me and pistachio ice cream. But, I don't know. Really great stuff. But I feel you. That is a really great flavor. Both of those. I used to really love Reese's when I was a kid. It's like the older I got, though, I started to like chocolate a lot less. It's not really for any particular reason, but I mean, that was just like kind of the case of my life, I guess. You have like 3 tubs in the freezer? Decided to treat yourself tonight. Nice! Ice cream's great, you know, it's one of those comfort foods, you know, in a way. You know, some people would say comfort food, they think like soup. But honestly, you know, let's give it a hot summer's day, and like, you just been down in the dumps, and you just want to feel damn good for no reason. If you just like, or, you know, the opposite, and you feel bad, you know, you're going to continue to feel bad, it works there too. Just go eat some ice cream. By the end of it, you'll be like, you know what? I feel a little bit better. I just had some ice cream. It's the most blunt solution to our problem, and you're probably thinking to me now, like, if I'm depressed, that's like the most retarded thing, and I'm not gonna do that. Well, do it one day. You'll be like sitting there at the end of your little ice cream binge, and you'll be thinking to yourself, damn, he was right. Screw it. Razzle dazzle it up a little bit. Throw some sprinkles on there. Go get you a biscotti. You never know what'll happen. You might find yourself randomly going to Starbucks, ordering the biggest damn coffee you know you're not gonna finish. Actually, it sounds like a bad idea. I don't know. Half of that anyway. Be careful with taking my advice. Choco, what are you doing? My dog is literally, like, walking in a circle on my love seat. Like, just, like, just not even doing anything. Just walking in a circle. Looks a fucking treadmill. Getting her exercise in. She woke up for like 5 minutes. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna walk this one out. I'm gonna fucking walk around this love seat for like 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, ice cream with any pie really is a very great combination. Reese's is really good too. I feel you there. Honestly, this is one of those things. It might already be a thing. I don't know if it is. It's not locally available in my area. But motherfucking, if you get like some good branded vanilla bean ice cream, like legit shit, nothing that's like kinda tastes like vanilla. You know, I understand if you're on a budget. If that's the case, maybe get the kinda stuff. But honestly, if you get that, and then, you actually get cheesecake. That's another great thing. Cheesecake and ice cream. Believe me, it's one of those things you're like thinking to yourself, come on, that's not gonna be that great. You might already be thinking, I've already done it, and you're right. I'm just saying, you know, get your little sweet tooth curiosity out there. Like, cheesecake and ice cream, it's pretty legit. It's worth it. Especially if you got you a nice warm cup of coffee to go with it. Or, if you're a iced coffee person, maybe like some kind of like signature iced coffee drink. I'm not gonna get into that. I don't really do much iced coffee, so I'm not really good at that. But oh yeah, cheesecake and ice cream. Woo! I feel like if somebody was on a diet and they really got in on the conversations that we have on the stream sometimes, so this is like a really, really critically. Like, this is a bad place for people on a diet. This is like, ooh, we're the bad place. A toxic environment. That's the word, or words I was looking for. This is a toxic environment to people on a diet, for real. Because you know what? You all know, you know, to anybody new that comes in here, I've spent literally multiple hours discussing cheese. Why I like it, its existence, my curiosity behind it. The things that it's good upon. Most things. Sometimes I get a little freaked out. Like, I feel bad sometimes because, in my lifetime, like, I was a little skinny kid. And then one person in my lifetime told me I was so skinny, the wind would pick up one day and blow me away, and it fucked with my head forever, and I gained a lot of weight. So I was really obese from, like, 5th grade all the way up until my senior year in high school, where I decided I actually wanted to, like, change my life a little bit, and I lost 40 pounds, which was an awesome thing. So, over the next little course of, like, 3 years-ish, after that, I kind of, like, lost, like, 20 more pounds, and I've kind of, like, tried to stay around the same, you know, athleticism and weight, and, just try to keep it all managed a lot more properly. But one thing that two things, actually, that even I can admit that I will never be able to give up no matter what. They're the biggest temptations. Cheese and bacon. Oh, my God. That's why I say sometimes this could be the most toxic place for somebody trying to, like, manage a diet. Because, like, holy hell, if you really want to get me on a ramble, bring up cheese, bring up bacon. Oh, like, I did this one to myself just by thinking of them. Us talking about cheesecake. Well, actually, I brought up cheesecake. And then ice cream, but, man. Hell of a place. This is a gaming foodie channel. It really is. Like, you gotta come into this channel with an open mind. Like, am I about to get hungry? Like, enlightenment? Or am I about to just get schooled in gaming? The latter is probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be the other two. You're either gonna be left feeling a little enlightened or very hungry. You might even feel like you left feeling like, fuck that guy. Now I'm like super hungry. I want mozzarella sticks and ice cream. And I don't know who I am as a person anymore. I just want to go to Sonic and Wendy's and just, like, call it a day. We talk about cheese at least once a week. Oh, yeah. Cheese is... This, again, the one thing in my diet where I'll think to myself, like, I need to slow down on cheese. And then the left side of my brain's like, are you an idiot? Warm brownies with vanilla ice cream. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Especially if they were, like, yesterday brownies. If they were, like, yesterday brownies with, like, some yesterday ice cream. Whew! Like, if you ate them at 4 o'clock, you better bet you're gonna be asleep by 9. I promise. You probably won't even, your alarm won't even wake you up the next day. If they were yesterday ice cream and yesterday brownies. It's a small hidden little joke I'm not really gonna glean upon. But if you know what yesterday was, and yesterday was a big part of your life, it's funny that this would play while I talk about this. But yeah, if you were a yesterday person, and you were really getting in on the yesterday festivities, then the yesterday stuff with, like, you know, the yesterday brownies and the yesterday ice cream. Whew! Ha! Ha! That's all I'm saying. Heavy breathing intensifies. What's up, Jake? I'm glad you could get here, Swamp Ape Nandi. I'm talking about some crazy shit. Food. Games. Yesterday shit. You know about yesterday shit. You're my brother. I know you know about yesterday shit. The little hidden joke we're just gonna, like, keep to ourselves. Yesterday shit. Gosh. Yesterday was a good day. I didn't really do shit. I just did yesterday shit, and that's, like, all I did all day. You know about some yesterday shit, zombie. Chaz, I think you know a little bit about some yesterday shit as well. Man, zombie, I hope we actually get in on this game pretty soon. Looks like we got caught outside of a queue there. But, I'm sure they're still running stuff. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. Day after 420. And yeah, you know, if you celebrate Easter out there, definitely happy Easter to you. Also, like Zombie said. And you know, a happy yesterday too. If you didn't receive a happy yesterday from me. You know, I watched really, some really cool shit yesterday. There was a lot of really cool stand-up that was, like, recommended in my feed. Okay, let's really hope that we're on a good team here, Zombie. My last two teams, honestly, nobody's been bad. Like, all the teams that are playing in Rival Wings right now are, like, fucking awesome. But, damn it, I'm still on the losing side. I've had one good win tonight. Just one. I hope we get another. I'm only gonna do this, maybe one more time after this. Maybe two. It depends on how well this really goes. But yeah, one or two more times I'll do this. But the thing is, I really want to get some more Seiryu stuff going on too. And Minato and Riz, if you want to get on some, like, Seiryu, I'd love to have both of you, honestly. It'd be really cool. I want to help with a Byakko farm after you get done. I'm trying to get on that Seiryu farm, Mira. We've already got the Byakko dog, the weapon. Load a bowl of some yesterday shit. Sounds like some awesome yesterday business to work on today, Chaz, no doubt. So, Mira, how many Byakko clears have you had so far? Honestly, I'd probably fuck up a Byakko farm right now. It's been so long. After I hit 99, I've had one normal Byakko run. After I hit my 99th, like, extreme run, I've really not even stepped foot in that fight. Like, I'm the only person I know that really had to run that fight 99 times just to get this damn mount. That's easier said than done. 99 times is a fucking nightmare. $40! Holy hell, yeah, you see what I mean? That's so many times. 40 times, holy hell. Within 10 was the craziest thing for me, and I'd already had enough to get the barding and the weapon. I had help with getting the cub, a lot of you remember that. But I had to go the full 99 just to get that mount. That is, I mean, literally, that even, whew. It's hard for me to do stuff like that. 99 times. Like, even I look at it now, just like looking back, and I'm like, what the hell? How much free time did I really have? Obviously enough to do a fight 99 times. Oh man, we only got 3. I was hoping we'd have had at least like 4 mammoths, per se. But, you know, 3's still pretty good. So, like, I've talked about it before, like, that first time somebody tried a food, and I used cheese for an example, obviously it would have been cheese. Well, let's go back to food just for a minute, and let's use bacon. Okay, I feel like the first person to discover bacon was the most selfish person in the world. Argue with me if you will, but this guy, like, he would probably honestly think, first off, you'd be like, it's probably somebody poor that just didn't realize what they had. Oh no! You're wrong. I feel like it was somebody poor that knew exactly what they had. That was the real majesty of bacon, I feel like. I feel like a poor king randomly had bacon one day, and that's when it became famous. Like a poor king, like a king that was probably about to lose all of his shit, was probably just like, what else do we have left? And some squire in the background, because they probably killed the guy that was ahead of him, because the king probably, obviously he's poor, was a dipshit, didn't manage his greed right, and obviously probably had some people killed, probably blamed other people for their, you know, misfortune. That's how kings work, obviously. So that probably went down. So some squires in the background just like, my king, we done ate all the pig. And he's like, what's left of the pig? I'm still hungry. I just drink all the town's wine. So they probably reply with, my king, there's only the fat back of the pig. And he's probably, "Thought back! What do I look like, some peasant to you?" And they're like, "No, my lord. That's just all we have left in the stock, other than fine cheese and wine. I've already had cheese and wine," he proclaimed, automatically assuming. Why would he not proclaim such after that? I mean, he's a fucking king. Kings are usually dickheads, you know. I've never, like, heard a cool story where they're like, "Oh yeah, that king was like, he was really cool." You know, if they do, he usually died. So, like, that's the fact of the matter as a kings usually. The whole alpha beta story. Kings, you know, it's probably their full origination of that. We're not going to go into it full scale of that, but I feel like this is the real story of bacon. And this king probably fondly ate the back fat, and this poor guy was probably like, "Damn it, you know, I'll take that home like every fucking Friday. It's Friday, I want to take it home." And this guy over here's like fucking had mead and fucking cheese all day. Just all of a sudden wants the back fat. "Oh, I know back fat's for peasants," and now he wants it. Oh, it was probably just like that. Like you hear that, and you're gleaning on me. You're probably almost like, "Well, you don't know that," and I'm looking at you right now. It was probably exactly like that. Well, this king's probably thinking his expectations: go at it low, get more drunk. Obviously, you're about to eat something called fatback. Like, this is not what kings eat. First bot, instantly just, like, has to call somebody into the room. Just like, "Oh, my queen! Where's my daughter? Where's my son? Somebody else take a bite of this and tell me something. I'm broken as a man. I've tasted the peasant's food and I'm tainted." And then they try it too, and they're just like, "What is this magnificent meal that you've presented before us, father? What is this? It's food of the peasant." "What is it?" "Back fat." "Father's ate fat. He's contaminated. He's broken his brain. His brain has been smeagoled." Oh, I imagine that was a term. Probably not. More than likely. Not a term. I made it up. Anyway, that's probably what happened. It was probably a magical moment in historic evidence. I feel like it could have happened like way back when. I'm talking like way back when. It's probably the whole reason they burned down that the whole Library of Alexandria. Like, it was probably written in script, not even in book, not even on stone tablet. It was like between the era of stone tablet and book, it was script. And I guarantee some guy was just like, "Bacon's fucking delicious. Goddamn, who would have known?" And they're just like, King Julius Caesar here says, he's like, "Oh no, I like bacon. You tell everybody they like bacon. No, we can't overprice bacon. Bacon's too good. We can't give the world bacon because the world doesn't have enough bacon for the goddamn world. So we gotta mitigate it. How are we gonna mitigate it? We're just gonna lie to everybody. We're gonna tell them it's peasant food, and it's not good." But the leak had already got out, probably, I assume. Like, the leak was probably vast and quick. Like, I assume, like, that leak got out so quick to the poor people that the rich people found out about it. So there's probably, like, a little dispute, maybe a war or two. You never know. Weird shit happens when it comes to, like, you know, communities, food, war, all kinds of shit. So there was that, probably, that happened. But realistically, you just, oh, man. Food, let me tell you. And bacon. That's the one. Believe me, take everything with what I said with a grain of salt. I don't know those historical events. It was just me babbling, loving bacon. I'm a huge bacon lover. I do know that it's a cut of meat that was disgracefully underrated for years upon years upon years. And we're about to win. We're at 4, which is really awesome that we're about to win. I'm about to die. It didn't happen. Luckily, we won first. But bacon, yeah. I mean, that's the one you really got to think about. But I feel like that's really probably the actual deprivation, duration, upcoming, and implementation of the origin of bacon coming into this world. Just some poor ass king eventually tried it, and he was so satisfied that he had to tell other kings. Like, he probably tricked other guys. He's probably like, "Hey, come over to this dinner. I'm gonna give you food you've never had before, and then I'm gonna sell you this food because it's gonna be so fucking excellent you'll want to buy it instantly and just give it to all your people. And they're probably super skeptical right off the bat, like, oh, I'm about to die. This guy is going to poison me. I'm going to make my peasant serve it, eat it first. Then I'll try a bite, and if it's good, then I'll listen to what he's got to say. Probably happened just like that. Old dude comes over and be like, hey, you know, my country's been struggling. It was hard getting over here, buddy. And he looks over at the other guy and he's like, hey, it was worth it, let me tell you. You're about to eat something that I could sell you a surplus of for a very great price that will also be delectably delicious and possibly, you know, might turn a head or two that you can upcharge a few, you know, estatesmen, people that owned property in the days. And skepticism is already going to be, well, why doesn't my butler eat it first? And he's like, by all means, let your butler eat it first. Go ahead and change his life forever. Butler eats it, it's like, this is fucking bacon. I grew up on fucking bacon. This is fucking stupid. This is bacon. This is back fat. He gave you the worst part of the cut of the meat that you don't want, that you throw out. Rich guy's like, you tricked me, you son of a bitch. He's like, try it. Tries it. Oh my lord. Oh, holy booty. And I'm guessing it took off from there. Like, they literally probably was like, you see what I mean? He's like, I see what you mean. You see what I mean? I see what you mean. You know, very classic voices of the American language when they're still slightly English. Man, you know, it had to be crazy. And they're like, this shit is fatback. It's now called bacon. We're gonna change the name. We're gonna make everybody like it. What's better than the name bacon? You hear bacon, you hear baked goods. Baked goods, everybody wants baked goods because everybody's hungry. Which is probably true. If they were eating back fat right off the bat, like, that's the first thing you need to put in your head. What other animal are we eating back fat off? Not that many. So, really good example to put in the view. If you didn't already have that in mind already. So, I mean, that was a big thing, you know? So just, like, think about that when they were just, like, changing the name from back fat to bacon. And when they get on that factor, they just start like, oh, you can put it on this, you can put it on this. Let's skip forward fucking roughly 400 to 2,000 years. We don't know when the fuck they realized bacon was good. And then, you know, now it's bacon, and it goes on fucking everything. Pizza, hamburgers, by itself, with other breakfasts for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. Huh. Holy hell. Ranted about bacon the entire game. I really could. I really could. Bacon and cheese. You've heard me with cheese multiple times. Bacon? Whoo! Ha! Ha! All that. You get, like, vocal reactions, not even real words for that. I could go on for days. Predictions. Futuristic inventions. Like, think about it. If we had, like, you know, I saw this commercial about this plate, and it was a hoax commercial for a car insurance, which made me think even further. Why is this car insurance fucking commercial talking about pepperoni plates? But then I was like, but what if it was made of bacon, though? This wouldn't even be a car insurance fucking commercial anymore. This would turn into, like, full investment schemes. Like, we're gonna have Jeff Bezos out here, Elon Musk, they're gonna be talking about real prices. They're gonna be like, hey, how much did you spend per slice? Like, how much did you pay per pound? Like, are we getting, like, $5 bacon? Or are we getting, like, that weird $4 bacon that has, like, no protein and all fat? That shit that you're supposed to just, like, cook in food, not eat by itself. Or is this that shit that you're about to wrap in steak, and it's gonna be, like, kind of thick cut, that's gonna make this steak taste like it? You should have paid $1 million for it, but you're quite satisfied that you only had to pay $15. And some of you are thinking, $15 steak? Damn, what's the quality of that steak? Well, where I live, a $15 steak, you get a good goddamn quality steak. I live in northwestern Georgia, so being that said as it may, you know, the quality of steak is pretty decent because there's a lot of fucking cows around here, and not only that, well, I don't live in the city. Like, even in the city, it's not like it is in the more, like, metro city-esque, like Atlanta. Oof. Pay $60 for a steak that I would only pay $15 for here. That is a legit thing. Metro processors are scary sometimes. Isn't that weird that food could literally just be processed from the area that you're in? Like, very true statement that is very underrated. Like, think about it right now. Like, if you were to go get some, like, regular chicken tenders that you could probably just bake yourself, that you could buy, like, maybe spend, like, $7 on a frozen bag of these chicken tenders that you can make at home by yourself, deep fry them, bake them, fry them in a pan, you have your preference and everything, and it's going to cost you $12 for, like, a whole bag. Bag probably weighs, like, 3 pounds. Realistically, we're just using real shit here. So, realistically, you get that. Literally, what you paid for that is exactly what you would pay for some very, very, very cheaply created, probably cheaper than what you're even eating at home, food at, like, an amusement park. Let's go to Six Flags right now, all of us. Hop on in, we're climbing aboard, we're jumping in the van, we're going to fucking Six Flags. It's not fucking cheap to eat at Six Flags, I'll tell you that right now. You want to get full, whew, you bring a 20. You're not going to get full there, and let me tell you, the quality of food's like fair quality food, you know? It's not like low tier, but it's not high tier either. You're not going in there and getting like a 5-star fucking meal. Hell no. But think if these places started serving fucking bacon. Holy hell. Think of the revenue they'd pour in then. They're only choosing like serving like slices of pizza. Funnel cakes. Funnel cakes are good. My brother actually brought up funnel cakes today. And dude, you've made me want one all fucking day long. That was the most evil thing you've done ever. But yeah, a food sponsorship, that'd be amazing. I could talk about food all day. Like, I'm a big foodie. I am. It's a fun fact about me. Like, if you see me in person, you wouldn't think so. If you see the way I actually eat on the regular, you also wouldn't think so either. If you really break me down, if you let me cook a meal for you, you will see how big of a foodie I really am. I love food. There's only a few that I don't like. And obviously, there's those foods that I'm just like, I will never like, ever. Like, ever. Like, if I say I don't like a food, there's no, like, one day down the line, oh, try this brand. Nope. I wrote it off long ago. It's done. It's not happening. Man, they just had a Mammoth fucking mountain hit us pretty fucking hard. But yeah, food's just an easy thing to rant about. Like pizza, for instance. Pizza, a lot like bacon, and cheese is another easy one for me to rant about. Only because, like, pizza is the easiest thing to draw the line on. Like, you either like pizza with everything on it, you either like pizza with only meat, you either like pizza with only veggies, or you like pizza with only cheese. Which, I get the simplicities of that. There's, like, somebody literally hearing that statement, and I get it. There's people who like only bell pepper pizza. There's people who only like only sausage pizza. There's people who only like their preference of pizza, but that's the amazing thing about pizza that I can go on and on and on about, and that's exactly what I mean with pizza. Like, I say it vaguely, like, when I use those terms, yeah, you know, I could say everybody has, like, you know, they're, like, maybe only like meat, or maybe only like cheese, or maybe only like veggies. That's a very true statement, but that is a very bluntly true statement that I can actually glean upon and talk about just how true that is. Like, really, that's so true. Even if you want to argue against it, it's like, let's say you only like one topping. Well, it's probably meat, cheese, or a vegetable, you know? Like, it may not be all of them, but you're always going to have your preference. I mean, that's another thing I love to glean upon. Being human is totally natural, especially to other humans. So, I mean, it's totally normal to have that preference and to look outside the box when I say, you know, only meat, or only cheese, or only vegetables. I mean, it's very common, but really, if you break it down to the most simplistic way to look at it, it's super true. As far as pizza goes, there's only one way to look at it. You either like meat, you like cheese, you like it all, or you like only veggies. And outside of that, if you like any other optical examination of pizza outside of that, you're not eating pizza by definition. Sorry. I mean, that's a very true thing. But that makes it so easy to talk about, too. That's why I like to use cheese, for example. Bacon is another good one. They sound like simple foods, on fact. And when you look at it, you're like, yeah, it is a simple food. It's just a fucking food. Oh, there's so much more to break it down into than that, though. So much more. Topics, scenarios, it doesn't go good on it. Like, one thing, like, is I love bacon. I say it goes on everything. Am I about to, like, get off this stream and go put bacon in ice cream? Well, now I'm curious about what it's like. Probably not, but maybe one day. I should have never said that. Now I'm just curious. I've just never stopped and did that before. Huh. Probably not the best idea to put in my brain. But, like, the curiosity and the versatility of some foods, just amazing. And pizza really tips the bar on so many. Like, some people really thought outside of the box on pizza so many times. Were like, well, let's add non-traditional, you know, toppings into the mix and see where that takes us. Like, there's dessert pizzas now. Think about sardines on not sardines. What is that? What is that fish that goes on pizza? Anchovies. Like, I'm in God that I can eat anchovies on pizza. It's not my favorite topping. It isn't. But I can eat it. It doesn't bother me. But think of the first person that was just like, you know what would go good on this? A fucking anchovy. And they were a very random person. I'll give them that. Not my first thought when I bought into my first slice of cheese pizza. Usually I'm like, you know, a good greasy meat would go perfect right here. Like bacon sausage, salami, maybe some fucking Philly cheesesteak. But damn, some of the people, they've got some wild-ass mindset. I actually commendate them for that. Like, that is an amazing mind out there. Like, sometimes I get out there, and I'll be like, what if I do this and this? And most of the time, my food concoctions are kind of scary. Like, I'll be like a little buzzed or something. I'll be like, oh, yeah, this is going to be amazing. Then I wake up in the morning sober, and I'm like, who the fuck was I last night? Who the hell didn't perform a resurrection on me at 4 a.m. and let me eat fucking burritos dipped in sour cream, dipped in hot sauce, with a side of soy sauce beside that? What ethical fucking food reference is this? Because sometimes I'll fucking put sriracha on weird shit like that too. Believe me, on paper it sounds like, you know, that could be good. In reality, when you wake up in the morning after eating something like that, you're holding your stomach, you're like, I hate myself for who I am. That happens. We had a terrible game played out right there. I love the rant going on. I only died once. But yeah, we did not win. We didn't even really get very close to winning. But I mean, it could have went a lot worse, I guess. I had a food rant going on like the whole fucking time. Squid flavored ice cream in Japan. Damn it, I want to try it. Squid flavored ice cream. That sounds terrible. But it also sounds like one of those things, like, it's got to go in the bucket list. Like, one of those things you got to try before you die. Squid ice cream. I heard, right before the stream, I heard there's a big fad going around right now for charcoal-flavored foods. Like, apparently, people, they call it goth food for some reason because it's dark, it's black, and it's gray. But apparently, charcoal in your ice cream, your bread, and, there was another one. I think it might have been soup. That is a very popular thing. I really don't understand it. Like, I'm not one of those people asking for activated charcoal to be in my food right now. I don't get the fad, but like, that's apparently a very common thing, to actually have charcoal activated food right now. Very random. Okay, I'm gonna do two things. I gotta take a very quick restroom break, and I gotta grab a drink really quick. I'm gonna kind of like clean up my area too. It's a little cluttered. Give me just a moment. Hopefully I can get all this done before this queue. I'm pretty sure I will be able to. Hopefully it doesn't take too long either. Give me just a second. I won't be very long at all. I hope the queue doesn't take long, but I won't be long at all. Be super quick. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, luckily, the queue didn't start up while I was gone. That was a good thing. Medicine break. All good, Chess. It'd be Japan with squid flavored ice cream. We need a Cooking with Ton series. I've actually did one cooking video on YouTube. That's all I've actually done. And I'm actually, I wouldn't call myself a chef. I've only held down a couple restaurant jobs, and let me tell you, it was only fast food restaurants, nothing serious at all. But I'm an actual decent private home chef for myself and my dog and my family occasionally. I've really, in my adult life, really got very curious and figured out how to cook a lot of things. My palate is very vast. I love to try a lot of things. Really, there's only a handful of foods that I can tell you that I just do not like at a very base level. Biggest one, mustard. It's a condiment that I just do not enjoy at all on anything or around anything. Don't like mustard seed, don't like mustard flavor, don't like the smell. Just not a mustard guy. Various greens, if you grew up in the southern areas here in the US, you would know greens are a big thing. A lot of people like mustard greens, that's a big one. Collard greens, turnip greens, and this thing called polk salad's very close to it as well. Not a fan of any of that stuff. Hate them all. Which is weird because I like spinach, and it kind of almost falls in the same category, but just tastes different to me. It just can't do the other ones. Make spaghetti. It was actually a lasagna, but yeah. I do have it's floating around on YouTube. I was actually gonna do more. That's actually really harder to do as well. Like making exterior videos and video editing outside of doing video game streaming is a very difficult thing to do, especially when you work a full-time job as well. It's something I would love to keep up with, but me also working a full-time job, the juggle is so unrealistic. I've tried it. I also tried to, when I first started doing this, I was running another, it was a Facebook channel where people could debate on characters. That's actually what got me into all this, was a Facebook channel that I actually ran that had nothing to do with Tonberry Disciple whatsoever. But it was a Facebook channel where I had fictional characters that were put up against each other, and I allowed people jump into it all across online to get in on these debates, and like while the other character represented that substantial base better than the other character, maybe like the best supervillain, best hero, best relevant character of our time, you know, like stuff like that, and just see what people would really have to say and how passionate they felt about the topics that they were involved into. But like, you know, over the top, I really I've always been a huge Final Fantasy fan, so it kind of like gleaned in on this a little bit more. And it's kind of where I've stuck around with things the most. It's been the most rewarding for the most part. Plus the community. You're all so great. Really, I enjoy being here every day on YouTube, and even now on Twitch. You know, it's been a lot of fun. Keeping them both alive and trying to do it. You know, and Tonberry Disciple channel actually goes as far as like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook's like the most dead of all the social media that I actually use, unfortunately. But I mean, it just doesn't promote the channel the way I'd really like it to. Like, Twitter and honestly Instagram has been like the best paying off as far as, you know, just YouTube or Twitch in general. As far as like really getting the channel out there, but definitely have enjoyed and tried to do a lot more, but an actual cooking with Ton. Maybe we can have some more videos in the future, but the one on the other channel there is like really the only one I've put out, and I've really stopped a lot of video editing. I used to do a lot of that beforehand too, before I did live streaming. But I mean, again, video editing is so hard to incorporate while trying to incorporate streaming pretty much every day, while also trying to keep up with relevant content in the game and working a full-time job as well. I mean, it's so hard to juggle all that around. Goku versus anybody, Goku wins. Well, I guess if that was a scenario, that's pretty much the Goku scenario. Although he has died a couple times. A MySpace page. Man, MySpace. When that was still relevant. It almost makes you feel old for bringing it up. Like, I saw a meme the other day where it was an older meme. It actually, I saw it about a year ago, but I saw it again just the other day. And you've probably seen it before. It was pretty popular when it first came out. It was, it had this seemingly preteen child that was complaining about not having a page where they could share their content, and when people would look at their feed, they would also have the music of their choosing in the background. And in the comment below that, it was like, wow, I never thought I would live in an era where the generation below me didn't know what MySpace was. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I can fall under both of these categories instantly because I was born right into the center of both of them. Like, being born in 93, I still grew up in the 90s, but I also grew up in the early 2000s. Then I also, you know, obviously grew up in, like, the predated eras of the 2010-esque. Like, I graduated in 2011. So, you got 2011 to 2019, I've been in my adult stage, basically, you could say. But anything predating before that, that was like my era of growing up. Like 93 to 2011 was my basic childhood years. So you could think of all of the things that I had to perceive and accept into my lifetime just going through all this. Like, you had all these pre-90s kids that were in the 90s that had a different abstract view on life, while I had all these people who were younger than me that I could glean upon who had a different abstract view on life, while also having my own being built upon everything and the technology advancing all around that. It's such a wild time to grow up. But to think that MySpace would have been that thing, Tom was always our friend. Was he really, though? Was he really? You remember those kids back then that were in the MySpace era that deleted Tom because they felt like it gave him a cool feeling? It's like, you're talking about, yeah, I still got Tom, like you're one of those guys because you think it's funny. But then you got that cool guy in the group that was like, yeah, you know, I deleted Tom as soon as I started because, like, I don't even know who the fuck that guy is. And part of you, being the inner nerd that you are, was probably like, well, he's the guy that made MySpace, stole the Facebook idea, you know. But you didn't really ever say it. You just kept the joke alive, like, yeah, you know, I'll probably never delete Tom, that poor lonely bastard. Was he really lonely, though? Was he really? And it's looking like it's taking a little bit more Tom to actually get in on Rival Wings here. So this is probably going to be my last game. Then I'll probably start up some Seiryu farming right after this. But, Zombie, I am glad that you actually got in on a few of the queues with me. I wish we could get us a good old victory. That'd be nice. I've only had one tonight so far. Or, have I actually had two? I think only one. MySpace, where you could listen to some heavy metal Satan music and think you're the Antichrist. Oh man, honestly, that probably would have been like what mine would have been like. MySpace was a big like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade thing for me. And then actually all throughout high school, believe it or not, I actually wrote off all social media. After MySpace died out, I thought Facebook was stupid at first, so like I just didn't. I was like one of those MySpace guys, like a cynical MySpace guy. MySpace died out, and I was just like, yeah, you know what? If I can't have MySpace, I'm just not gonna do social media. Fuck it. It's all stupid anyway. That was like my idea back then. Which is, it's crazy how you get older and you start to look at things so much differently. Like now, social media is an asset. If you don't use it, I hate to say it, it's kind of dumb. Because if you want to help get yourself a good job, social media. I promise. You're probably watching this and you're like, false! Not false. Don't be a shithead and have social media, wholesome comments, wholesome posts. Mine aren't that wholesome. They're just funny, usually. But really, it really helps out as far as things go. It's like, if you go apply for a job right now, I'll promise you, first two things they're doing, checking, Instagram and Facebook. Promise. Like, 100% that happens. So, like, if they get on there and they don't see you, they think you might be unlisted sometimes, and that's when it really gets fishy. Like, oh, how hard did this guy really go that he's got to make himself unlisted on social media? One super good game, then literally... Oh, then a really bad one. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's usually how it goes. A Tumblr nerd. Tumblr, man, that one... Tumblr really hit some needy, greedy places where, like, they were letting some conversations go down on Tumblr. Whew. Like, a lot of people say Reddit's bad. Tumblr, though, was letting some even more sketchy shit happen in those chats. I do have a Tumblr, though, I'm not gonna lie. I even have one for the Tumblr Disciple channel. Just saying. It's out there. I don't really ever do anything with it. Especially after reading a lot of things with Tumblr. But it does exist. It is out there. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie though, as far as social media goes, this channel is glued to so many places. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, I feel like there's more. This channel's glued to a lot of places. Got rid of naughty stuff and lost 90% of their fan base. Exactly my point. And think of the stuff that they still allow that goes on, and just the conversations there. I mean, I know it's vast. Tumblr's a very, very, place. You still have a Tumblr too? Yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, there's some fucked up shit that goes on there, but, I mean, honestly, you know, if you're looking for certain content sometimes, or certain answers to things, sometimes it's the only place you got available to turn. And that's the way I look at it. Like, yeah, fucked up shit happened there. Some fucked up shit still happens there. But sometimes I want to know what happened last night on a certain thing that got blocked on TV. And it's probably the only place I'm going to figure out about it. It's the reality of the situation, though. It's the reality of the internet. And it's kind of just how it goes sometimes, I guess. Man, if this actually hits 20 minutes, that means they're probably actually done zombie, unfortunately. The K-pop phase and lived lived in Tumblr. I mean, that's one place too to actually hear about it. Like, see, that's a big thing as well. That a lot like Reddit, Tumblr is, I hate to say good, but it is. It's a good source for finding people who are talking about genres of music. So, I mean, that's another thing. We might have a game hit sometime soon. I'm hoping so. But yeah, like, I felt multiple places, like, especially if you did grow up in, like, the early 2000s era, you know about torrents, which I hate to openly talk about, but the PC that I used to do this shit with is long gone, and, even the evidence of it is just as long gone as anything else that would have happened with it. So, back in the day, I used to do some pretty sketchy music downloading. I was a kid. I wanted to listen to music on the go. Don't hate me for it. It happened, though. So, torrents were a big part of my life. A big part. And a lot of the links to a lot of the torrents and files and, like, dub files and, like, sub files that I'd found from people actually, like, preloading and linking music onto the internet for people to download illegally. A lot of that came from, like, Tumblr and Reddit. I'm just, oh, man, it happened a lot, really. Saeed, what's up? Glad to have you again. Hopefully you're having a great night as well. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. I mean, it's up to you. I usually like to wait to at least the 20-minute mark. That's the full-on, literally it's dead moment. But I mean, if you really want to drop, I mean, that's completely fine. I'm not gonna hold you back. Can't wait to see Game of Thrones. Yeah, same here. I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I'll probably rewatch it again tomorrow. I thought about watching it before the stream, but I really didn't want to, like, slightly talk about it and spoil anything for anybody, and I didn't really want it to happen to me as well either, so I just figured I'd, like, take the middle route with Game of Thrones and just watch it after the stream, which is basically my plan. But yeah, I'm so stoked for it as well. I'm so glad that we had a new episode tonight. Lawnmower and Bearshare. Yeah, they were both a good one for, actually, I didn't know Bearshare. For me, it was Pirate Bay, uTorrent, and LimeWire. Like, those were like 3 really big ones for me when it came to like illegal downloading. I'm not gonna act like it didn't happen. Like, I mean, it was a huge, easy thing to do in the early stages. And yeah, I know there was a lot of discredited artists out there for it. I'm even sorry, you know, but I'm not sorry at the same time. Like, what do you expect? Like, we didn't have, like, YouTube capabilities like we do now. We still had to rely on a CD or a flash drive. And some pathetic soul out there did have some of that. And some people still had to use fucking, if you even know what it is, I feel old for even saying it, a fucking floppy disk. Man, floppy disk. You want to start again from season 1? How to steal music in the 2000s. Yeah, if you're gonna like build a time machine and you want to know, like, we just gave you the constructed how-to on that. Like, just saying, if you go back to like the late 90s, early 2000s, you're like, hey, how do I get free music? Pull up this stream. I just gave you the how-to. It's like the tutorial. Gave your computer so many viruses because your brother would download porn all the time. I feel like everybody's brother was downloading porn all the time, giving everybody's family home computers viruses. That was another thing. You had the older or younger brother that was just like so pervy, they couldn't like sustain like their inner hormones, so they just like downloaded so much porn. My brother used to get us both grounded. See, that's how it worked with my grandparents growing up. If one of us got grounded, they kept it fair so the other would learn an equal lesson. So if one of us got grounded for something stupid, we both got grounded for something stupid. Well, my brother, dude, if you're still on here, don't hate me for saying this. He was just on here just a couple minutes ago. I wasn't kidding when I said it was my brother. But if you're still on here, again, don't hate me for saying this. But he got me grounded a lot for a lot of shit that he used to do on the internet. I used to get like, we straight up got banned from the internet because of him. Literally 5th grade to 7th grade. Because he was like, my grandparents caught him looking up some crazy shit. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember it was like so fucking crazy, they banned us both for a solid 3 years from internet. Porn is important. I mean, like, realistically, I hate to say that, it probably really is, but let's be realistic, it probably really is. There's a lot of really lonely souls out there. And, you know, being as it is 2019, almost halfway through 2019, let's glean on that. It probably is important. There's a lot of depressed people out there. Think of, like, the 30 seconds to maybe 10 minutes of happiness that probably brings them every day. I should probably be more vast. 30 seconds to 30 minutes. It will be fair. I don't know people's capabilities out there while they're by themselves. But, I mean, realistically, I mean, it's a thing. It's like one thing I love to actually talk about is it's a terrible thing to actually look upon in our society. And right now, you're going to look at this stream, you're going to hear this, and you are literally going to say bullshit. Research it right after if you don't believe me. If every person in this world quit smoking cigarettes right now, half of our bird and squirrel population would not survive this winter. That's a sad but blunt truth. And I feel like porn is the same way. I'm going to glean on this very, very carefully as I run this PvP. Listen carefully as I go. But porn is just important into our society as cigarettes are. Two things that are very toxic to society already. You're calling bullshit on. I know you are. You're all calling bullshit on it. Hear me out, though. Here's about to go, and you're about to figure it out. When I elaborate this, you're going to be like, God damn. Fuck. He's right. First, I'm going to start with porn. I'll keep porn alive. That was a big thing. Porn's an easy thing to actually talk about, too. Mainly because everybody looks at it. I don't care who you are. Tell me right now you don't look at it. I'm going to chuckle. I'm going to believe you. But really, I know you're looking at porn. Like, it happens. Everybody does it. Some of the best people I've known in life, even growing up in life, being a kid, you snoop. You don't mean to snoop, but you snoop. When you're a kid, though, you snoop. So, again, some of the best people I've known in life, to speak against certain things like porn, enjoy porn. So you're not going to tell me you don't enjoy porn. So we're just going to glean on that. Just as a start off point, we're going to ease into this, though, a little bit better than that. You know, it's a really harsh point to jump in on. But let's really knead this down. I said the cigarette thing. That is a very edgy thing to say already, too. Which somebody's like, probably already like, oh, dude, no. Cigarette causes smog. Filters cause pollution. You're saying like bird and squirrel population is going to cut down and people quit smoking cigarettes? Yes. And if you don't believe that right off the bat, I'm going to be very, very skeptical with saying it. Walking on thin ice, but I'm going to be very blunt as well. You're retarded if you don't think that's going to happen. You know what is so important to cigarettes? What is so important to cigarettes to a squirrel and a bird? No, you don't. You're thinking, nothing. It's polluting the oxygen. They have smaller lungs than I do. Not to mention it's causing pollution. There's probably some squirrel nest made out there with like cotton from a cigarette filter. Hold the brakes. That's exactly what I want to talk about. That right there. You see that as a problem. Okay, 30 years ago, that was a problem. 30 years ago, there were so many smokers in the world, that was a problem. There were birds and squirrels making hibernation homes or nests, if you would. Hibernation homes for squirrels, nests for birds, for themselves. And cotton that they found in cigarette butts was a great source of building material. They could weave it with sticks. They could reinforce it with other materials. It wasn't just basic material like a pod needle or a stick or a twig that they found in the ground, or maybe a nutshell. Oh, it was much more reinforced and much more versatile, and plus they could weave something in their evolution that they had to adapt into, but definitely did very quickly, very efficiently. Weaving, something you don't even think about in the animal kingdom, but that's a legit thing. Animals legit got weaving, and that came from things like cigarette butts. So think about, like, let's say there's 7 billion people in the world. There's probably about 3.5 billion out of the 7 billion, maybe just 3 billion. Realistically, a lot of people stopped smoking cigarettes and tobacco, and they've went more the vaping route in a sense, and a lot of people have actually went into like the e-cig, or not just vaping, but maybe pop cutaway. So it could be more so like let's say 65% of the human population smokes tobacco. It's still a very vast number. It's still very vague. But be that as it may, it's a lot less than what it used to be. Think of exactly right now. Every American, every European, every Asian, every Jamaican, every nationality just quit smoking tobacco all at once, right now, all together, all at the exact same time. What the fuck do you think that's gonna do to the animal kingdom? No positive impact. They've relied upon us for like the last decades for that constant supply of, well, bluntly put, cotton. Out of nowhere, just like that random person like, oh, boom, nesting material. What if that ended all at once? And it's a scary, weird thing to actually think about, but that's a weird truth also at the exact same time. Like, that is the society that we live in. Like, if we actually kill certain human attributes, like, it would kill certain ecosystems. And that is a weird thing to actually perceive and think about. Oh man, it's actually not going very well for us at all. This other team is very unified, and it seems like our team has absolutely no plan at all. I'm trying to stay alive over here and like rant and keep things going, but holy hell, believe me, it's not easy right now. It's getting even worse that this other team's like getting very hands-on, like destroyed both of our towers. Both of theirs are very much still alive. Honestly, being everything that I said, this style of what Rival Wings is and how it kind of like kills itself at the exact same time making itself work kind of gleans in and works out with the conversation that I was actually just having just now. Only because, like, as much as I love to Rival Wings, it really does make it a really toxic kind of game to play when you're playing a game like this, where you're literally, you already obviously know you're with a crew of people who don't know how to play it, versus a crew who knows exactly how it works out. Most of them are probably in a party together. And, oh man, it hurts this game so much. I mean, it's its real downfall, you know? But, I mean, it's still fun. It's definitely, like I said a second ago, going to be my last game. I don't really want to have to wait 20 minutes, just to... Which, again, it's going to put it into its most blunt downfall of why it is actually its downfall, when you actually get in these things where pre-made parties try to get on PvP stuff. Why it's its downfall on stuff like this is only because, like, yeah, like, there's literally no point in it for anybody else to play it if... Like, it's a cynical point of view to look at it as well. Like, I'll give you that all day. Very cynical. But what's the point of me playing this right now if I'm with a group of people who don't know how to play this either, versus a group of people who only exactly know how to play it and pre-formed it to only get wins to defeat the people who don't know how to play it? It's the defeating point of this game. Like, it's the what-if factor of the human thing that I'll talk about that goes into AI all the time. Like, like, even keeping AI excluded from that said conversation, looking at it from a realistic point of view, it holds up to the same stance. Like, why would you jump into any more parties of, like, randomly pre-made teams put together versus, planned teams that were schedulally put together that are winning? Sad truth. Isn't it weird how you can actually perceive realities like that all the time? If you actually take your time to look at it like that. Like, it's a thing I like to pride myself on. Looking at multiple realistic situations to like current realities we actually have going on in life. Especially if they're possibly affecting, if not, maybe not affecting me, kind of like situations. We definitely lost. No win in this one, it's like, yikes. Yeah, it was terrible. And this whole match was very terrible, actually. We managed to defeat one of their towers, and the rest of this was just trash. So bad. No unification was really the bad thing about it. But yeah, it was my last one. It took way too long to even get in there for that one, unfortunately. Your character's the most annoying to kill. I'm one of those characters that's like that. Like, I play a Watt Mage, but I don't play Watt Mage because I'm trying to keep everybody else alive. Like, I have the initiative to only keep myself alive. So, like, literally anywhere from a 1-on-1 to a 1-on-3 fight with my character in PvP, it's gonna be a pretty base stalemate. You know, if it's a healer versus healer, stalemate. If it's a DPS versus me, DPS is gonna die. If it's 2 DPS versus me, the DPS is gonna die. If it's 3 DPS versus me, Ooh, sketchy ground. We'll see what happens. Healer versus healer, stalemate. Me versus a tank, stalemate. Me versus 2 tanks, again, we'll see what happens. Anything outside of all that, though, oh, yeah. I'm either getting murdered or I'm just, like, sustaining aloft like an asshole. That's Watt Mage for you, though, in PvP. But Zombie, thank you so much for the Ravel Wings. I'm sorry we couldn't get any more wins than what we actually did. I wish it would have been a little bit better, but it's not looking good right now. A lot of pre-made parties I feel like are kind of like towering over the scene, so plus it's getting a little late. I've been on for a while and I wanted to do a few little Seiryu clears before I had to get out of here for the night, so I think I'm gonna call it right now, Zombie, as far as Ravel Wings. And again, thank you so much for jumping in with me. It was a lot of fun. But gonna drop and start on your roulette. It's all good, Zombie. I feel you. I'm actually gonna start on the again, like I was saying, gonna start on some more Seiryu EX. Does anybody want to get on that? Would love to have any of you, if you've had your clear and whatnot, no doubt. I wish we could have got us some better parties though, Zombie. That's the only downfall that we actually had in there tonight. Oh, Saeed, you don't even know. Zombie has been a huge love of this channel for a very long time. Zombie, Mira, Rez has been around for a long time. And Steven. Like, those 4 people, I gotta give the biggest shout out to, like, as far as, like, this channel has gone on for here on YouTube and everything. And I think a few of them have actually followed on Twitch as well. Like, literally, they've been here for so many streams. Like, I'm not saying a lot of others haven't, but Zombie, Rez, Steven, like, Mira, like, so many of them have been around since basically the beginning of all of this that I actually tried to keep going. And, they've been around for the whole time. Like, we've all had our little dips where we've taken a little break here and there, but, like, they've helped me out with a lot of content, helped me out with the channels, helped me out with, I guess moral support from time to time as well. I mean, great people, great community. Need to get comfortable with what you're doing? I feel you. Play on... Do I play Firestorm BFE? Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is. Vin and Jojo. Hello, hello. Glad to have you both. Minato, you need to get in here and be healer for me. Give me just a moment to take a quick restroom break before this gets started. Luckily, I got a couple minutes of free time. I'm not going to take minutes. It'll be a few seconds, but give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Not gonna lie, I'm very tempted to end this whole party just to get Rez in here. Battlefield 5 on PS4. Nice. Azunami, what's up? Glad to have you, Azunami. Rez, there's a spot right now you can jump into, and I would love to have you in here. I'm gonna actually take the duty finder off. Or the party finder. Would love to have you in here, Rez. Would love it. But I actually played Battlefield 5 on PS4 for a little bit, but to be honest with you, I'm not a very big like first-person shooter and stuff like that game fan. There's a few that I've actually got into along the way, like oh man, Rez, I really wish you'd get in here. What if it's cool if you don't want to run it though? Just let me know so I don't lose these other peeps though. I'm definitely not on the party finder right now. That's the only reason I say that, and it's only a reason for all of these people to leave. And I'd really hate to be that guy. Awesome. Glad to have you, Rez. But yeah, as far as like first-person shooters, the last one I actually played was like Titanfall 2, and you know, I'm a pretty decent Titanfall fan only because I really like that genre. And I played Battlefield for a little while, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at first-person shooters, so I don't really play them that often. Plus, the communities are very, 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 very toxic, and I'm not really into that either. I'm not one of those people that I can literally take a complaint, you know, I'll take it, you know, take it with the shoulder, take it however I got to. We're on the Ultros server on the Primal Data Center, but there's some things I can't say or can't hear sometimes. It just like they really hit me in the grit moment, and honestly, playing like first-person shooters really does that as far as like PvP goes. It's some of the most toxic communities that can really be involved in the gaming community of the world. It's like people who savagely think they can say whatever they want to anybody. Also, I could be slightly competitive with certain things, but like the actual first-person shooter, Minato, glad you could pop in as well. Definitely. But yeah, some PvP communities can be very toxic as well as far as things go. So that's another thing that I really try to like mitigate the best I can with what I actually play in the world. Like a good one to actually use would be like Call of Duty. Holy fuck, the toxic, probably the most toxic game ever in existence has to be Call of Duty, where you literally have like lonely 45-year-old men who live at home with their mothers paired up with like 13-year-old children who are overprivileged. So it's an aspect if you don't already see the vast fuck-uppery of what could go on with that kind of generation of technology alignment. Well, yeah, I have nothing left to say. That it's right there in that sentence. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long to get a couple tanks. We'll see how that really goes. But hopefully it doesn't take too long. got a little while longer I can spend on here. 2008 to 2010 Call of Duty. I would like to really stretch that better from 2008 to 2012. Like, you say it might have stopped in 2010, but maybe you stopped in 2010. But that toxicity lasted at least to 2012. After that, I kind of faded from the Call of Duty groups. I was never that big into it anyway. But 2012, definitely. Shooters in general are toxic. Very true. Very true. Again, you've got literally adults paired with like preteens. Another one's World of Warcraft, though. As much as I love World of Warcraft, it's kind of became the same like style of community. I imagine RuneScape's like that as well. I'm not a RuneScape guy, so I don't know, but I do know it's free to play, so I guess it comes with that community base as well. But I know World of Warcraft, being outside of that first-person shooter top base, which is a toxic game that is an online style video game, I could see how World of Warcraft would play in there too. And also, again, I think RuneScape probably does as well. Again, I have no knowledge of that, but I naturally assume. Just that's all that one is with RuneScape. Natural assumption. Don't you hate it when a good thing comes to an end? Gosh, it's like the worst feeling ever. It's like you just went to pizzeria and the place just had cheese stuffed crust, and not your traditional cheese stuffed crust. I'm talking cheese stuffed crust like it's layer of thin crust pizza smothered in mozzarella cheese with a layer of pan pizza over that, smothered in more cheese. And then your outer crust has cheese in it as well. And then you know what? They were like, fuck this tomato sauce for this once. Like every single day, 365 days, sometimes 366, sometimes probably 364. Who's doing the math out there? None of us. We're just living the life. We put tomato sauce on this pizza. Sometimes robust tomato sauce on this pizza. Sometimes it's fucking marinara. But today, let's put more cheese. Let's not use Alfredo. Let's not use fucking random cheese sauce that isn't cheese sauce we're calling cheese sauce that everybody uses. Let's use cheese sauce. So that not only is our thin crust layered with a layer of cheese, and then our pan pizza layered on top of that layer with cheese, with a layer of cheese on top of it, and the crust outside of it is layered in also with a layer of cheese, but also putting cheese upon everything else on top of that. Let's spice it up. Let's put shredded cheese on top of that, and Parmesan to fuck it up. Like, I feel like that was one of those things. I feel like the toxicity of a game is like the exact opposite. Like, you talk about the pizza like that, and it sounds amazing. But thinking about, like, a video game and the exact opposite of everything that I just said. And I feel like that is a first-person shooter. Like, the exact opposite. It's like, let's say you want a super cheesy pizza, like the cheesiest pizza of all time. And that's what the shooter is. And let's put the actual toxicity of what it actually exists in there. Just turn that around, and I feel like you're just gonna have, like, a bread pizza. It'll be like the thin crust with, like, butter, probably, because it probably still exists, and the spices, and then, like, the pan pizza on top of that, but without all that cheese. How amazing is that one thing compared to, like, the thing that I just explained beforehand? Like, you got buttered bread with spices compared to a cheese deluxe. I don't want to call it a production, and I don't want to call it a masterpiece, so deluction came into play there. This cheese deluction with a little bit of bread and butter and spices is over here just like at your delectable dreams. Which is what the shooter usually sounds like, but usually it's just a bread package with a little butter and spices. WoW is horrible. Yeah, as far as like the toxic community, yeah, World of Warcraft it's very toxic these days. It's not what it used to be, especially if you used to play long term, that is. You found a really cool and chill team in Battlefield 5 that you can, yeah, that's really cool. I wish I would have found one of those things, but never got so lucky. Alliance players are worse than Horde players. That's very true. I'm not gonna lie, I was a very big Alliance player. I did play the Alliance, but I'll openly admit to that as well. I was a very closed Alliance player, and I hated the Horde because the Horde, honestly, really, I hated their cities. They were so unconventional and hard to find shit. Like, I know they tried to make them more Primal-esque in the city, but really they made them so Primal-esque in the city that I hated to even lurk there. I hated the Horde cities so much. And Said, sorry about making you hungry. But I gotta tell you, it's a big thing with me. Like, I'm a big foodie, and it's easy for me to, like, determine any situation and compare it to food. It's a big thing for me. Like, here's another one for you. When I was a kid, I mean, they're okay. Don't get me wrong. Like, let's use crab meat as a weird example for this kind of thing. Like, when I was a kid, I've always been a foodie. I've always loved to cook. I've always liked to cook. I've always liked to try new things. But crab is a really fun food that I like to talk about because I don't like artificial crab, but I do on occasion, you know. It's not my favorite food, but it's something I can eat on occasion and it doesn't bother me, you know. But let's use real crab for example. It's something that, unlike artificial crab, even though I don't really like it, it's not a food that I really get burnt out on. Real crab, for instance, I do. When I was a kid, I actually, every summer, fun fact, I actually used to have to work in my uncle's chicken house and in his hayfield. And that sounds like a really humble thing to do, but in the realistic aspect of it, he saw it as free labor. And instead of paying us, me and my brother grew up with my grandparents who were very humble people, very humble. So they thought in payment of them taking us out to eat at a restaurant was like legit payment. Like we did 8 hours of work in like 95-degree weather, baling hay, stacking it in a barn, and stuff like that. And they were like, this is justified. We'll take you out to eat. So they'd take us out to eat like Chinese food or Japanese food or just Asian food. It was just a random Asian restaurant, and it was just so convoluted they just called it a Chinese place. That happened a lot around where I grew up. Just take it as it is. We'll move on instantly from there. Keep on with the story here. Well, they would take us to this place. There was two places. One is Chef Lin, still operating. One is Evergreen, not operating. But they had this thing they did on Fridays with like crab legs. And my family, for some reason, was like bonkers over this shit. They'd make us slave, me and my brother and my two cousins, all day long in this fucking hayfield for 8 hours. We'd be like, between the ages of 8 years old and like 14, we'd have to do this shit very young. And we'd have to slave in these fucking hayfields, just baling hay all goddamn, like all fucking day long, just to get some fucking Asian food at the end of the day, basically. And it, like, literally, I never thought it would happen. But with actual crab, it literally burnt me out on really trying to even eat it. Like, I would rather have the artificial shit. I could just, like, as an adult, I can just go buy it whenever the fuck I want. Like, I have a Walmart, like, 15 minutes away. I can just, like, go buy artificial crab, like, whatever the fuck it. But it made me literally hate real crab in real life, doing these, like, physical chores, trying to get these things done. Random story, but yeah. You too? You're always for the Alliance. Yeah, I mean, with me with the Alliance in World of Warcraft, it was always, like, let's use, I could use Ironforge. That's a good one. And, gosh, it's above Goldshire. Why can I remember Goldshire, but I can't remember the Human Alliance area? I remember Goldshire so perfectly. I remember the dwarves, Ironforge. But the human Alliance base. What is that? Whiterun? No, Whiterun. That's Skyrim. And Winterfell is Game of Thrones. What is the Alliance? Gosh, why can I remember Goldshire, but I can't remember the Alliance main state for the humans? Anyway, just moving on. I'll get corrected eventually, and thank you for it in the future. But anyway, that area in Ironforge, and actually all the Alliance places are so put together so well. Like, I mean, they're just organized well is the best way to put it, bluntly put. And when you go to Horde areas, that's not the case at all. Like, even the not elves area is very well put. Stormwind, that's it. Why could I remember Goldshire, but I could not remember Stormwind? I could remember Ironforge and Goldshire, but I could not remember Stormwind. But I could remember, like, every other. Whiterun, fucking Winterfell, fucking Game of Thrones, and fucking Skyrim out there. Could not remember Stormwind. But yeah, that place is so well put together. Like, it's literally instantly as soon as you enter. Like, you've got, like, the market district. Take a quick rot. You've got your mounts. You keep going, you got your dwarven district. You've even got a fucking dungeon to their prison within Stormwind. Like, I mean, it's such a very well put together town. But then you go to Horde territory, and everything is just, like, all over the place. Like, the Tauren and the Blood Elves, I think, have the most. Like, I've never played Goblins, so I don't really know what Goblins like. I don't even know what their homeland's like. But the Tauren and the Blood Elves had the most well put together, constructed, organized towns in the Horde. Everything else is just like, it's fucking ridiculous, really, trying to play on the Horde. Getting through a lot of their towns. Like, the Orcs, ridiculous. The Trolls, ridiculous. No more Darnassus, though? Really? Orgrimmar looks like shit, and the music annoys you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places actually in World of Warcraft where I don't really like the geographic allotment that they actually tried to place it in. A lot of it has to do with the Horde, though, like I said. Again, though, my favorite is probably the Tauren. Like, the Tauren have the best put together as far as any of the Horde towns. The Tauren is just so well put together. No crafter, Tom? I don't hate you for that. I mean, shit. Although this other crafter guy up here, he's not making me too happy. Oh, you're getting on crafter, Tom. Never mind, I feel ya. Well, the guy above you is not gleaning in on anything either, so whatever. I just hope we can get a few tanks. Really, I'll worry about my own fatigue with it rather than anything. The longer it goes on, I will eventually start to get tired, but hopefully we can get some tanks in here. I would love that. Sylvanas Teldrassil to the ground. Damn. I really wish Warcraft would start making more movies. Like, I'm one of those people. I know a lot of World of Warcraft fans got very pissed when they made the Warcraft fucking movie because they never played Warcraft. They only played World of Warcraft, so they didn't know the lore of the series that Blizzard had already created. A blunt truth that loads of millions of people had to come to terms to, which is a sad truth to realize that a lot of them never played Warcraft before World of Warcraft. Bluntly put, that out of the way, I wish they would make more films, because I was one of those people. I more so followed Warcraft. I didn't really get to play it before World of Warcraft. I did play Warcraft, but it was definitely after I played World of Warcraft. But that being said, I played World of Warcraft during Vanilla WoW. So I knew a lot of the lore way before the present tense of the lore that what it is now. So when they made the actual Warcraft film, I already knew a lot of the lore that was going down, a lot to expect. A lot of the community didn't, so it didn't do that well. Well, I wish it would have done a little bit better, and I wish that we actually had more of those Warcraft films, because in my opinion, that film was fucking amazing. I actually wish we had a lot of that going on with Final Fantasy XIV here. I actually wish we had more of a manga or an anime series that followed Final Fantasy XIV here in the Warrior of Light. It'd be so good. Like, we have such a deep story that gets lashed out that I feel like just gets so salted and sugar-coated all the time. Like, a lot of people just really don't get how deep it really is. Oh man, it's so good. Bad's calling you, Saeed, no doubt. I understand. Thank you so much for jumping in tonight, and glad to have you again tonight as well, Saeed. Have you a great night, and can't wait to see you again. Till next time. Take it easy, Saeed. The movie wasn't popular enough in the US, that's why they don't get another one. I wish it would, or I wish it was popular. Because, I mean, it was actually good if you follow Warcraft. Like, I mean, all it is, it's like the prequel to World of Warcraft. That's all Warcraft really is. Just a prequel to a series. And again, Saeed, good night to you, and thank you so much for watching and getting in on that chat again tonight. Culture. Isn't that a really cool thing? Like, it is, and it's a scary thing for some people, but to me, it's a really cool thing. Culture. Oh, man. I love it so much. Like, it's a thing I actually feel like might scare my family sometimes, because, my family's kind of simple in some ways. Not saying that they're dumb. When I say simple as the culture levels are a little less vast than others, but I'm a very well-cultured individual, so I love it. But culture, man, I feel like that's a really awesome thing that we have in this world. To just think that there are literally people who have so many fundamental differences to so many others. It's a weird, funny, and cool thing all at the exact same time. Some people think it's scary. I'm definitely not scared by it, but I just think it's so awesome. Culture is awesome. It really is. You loved it? You have the movie on Blu-ray. I don't have it on Blu-ray, I'm not gonna lie, but I do actually have the movie as well. But yeah, I loved it also. It is a great film. Warcraft was awesome. I loved how it was put together. Scripted very well, especially, again, if you do like the Warcraft series, not just the World of Warcraft series. Very, very fucking great. So, anybody really want to get like real for a second? Like, we're talking about like Warcraft and World of Warcraft, like keeping that as an open mind example, like as far as the movie scene goes. Like, willing to sell Lalafell for tank? We're Lalafell, we're not for sale. But, yeah, using, no, getting back on subject here, in a sense, it's bringing up a random subject, new subject, but also at the exact same time. Rez, race you to your house. Let's see who gets there first. On the same time, I'm going to get on a good ramble rant. Ramble rant going down. Okay, this is what's happening. We got Detective Pikachu coming out, which is the first live-action Pokemon movie of all time. Ever. So kids in the 90s are a little bit skeptical, wondering, is it going to hold up? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be alright? What's going to happen? Is it really going to pan up to what we need to actually get into a live-action Pokemon film? Riz, I beat you. But, yeah, I'm sorry, that wasn't a fair race. I literally challenged you, as I started the race. Not a fair race. But yeah, be that as it may, there's literally the whole, is it, like, gonna pan up to it? Is it gonna have, like, the personal canalities that it's gonna have to actually have? Is it gonna be canon to everything that is Detective Pikachu or that is Pokemon itself? So, I get that. So, looking at it from another perspective, I do think this Pokemon movie, Detective Pikachu, is cool. I do think it's awesome that that's coming out. One that I think would be better in that situation, like, and I'm wondering who else would think this would work out better in that situation. Who else would think it would look better, be cooler, make more sense, and also, if they did it correctly, would have had better CGI if they would have actually done a Digimon live-action film series instead of the actual Detective Pikachu. There's a YouTube delay? Yeah. Yeah, there's the... actually, it's a 5-second between us, but I could have almost imagined what it would have been in an actual full-time race. It would have been a hard one to do, so I feel you there. But yeah, live action Digimon. I feel like it would have just worked out so much more better than live action Pokemon. What do you all think though? Do we even have any Digimon fans here? Am I talking like out of place? Speaking gibberish amongst the masses? It's just, like I said, I don't know. I just feel like live action Digimon would have made more sense than live action Pokemon. Not too familiar with Digimon, so you can't say, oh man, I wish you were. It's one of those things I would say go and watch it now. But really, if you did, now that watching Digimon through an older mod is a little bit harder than watching Pokemon. It's the only thing that's, what the fuck is Grace doing out there? GFC read? I don't know what the fuck that means. What the fuck? Goddamn, Grace. Who the fuck does that shit? Autism. Is hitting yes hard? I mean, no kidding. That's... Yeah, I like that. I love the party, like, references we got going. Like, yeah, like... if that bothers you that I did a second Reddit check, don't be a fucking tank. Go literally play every other fucking class. But probably. The reason I say Digimon over Pokemon, Pokemon's a random animal anomaly. But Digimon, they just had this. I don't know. It was a story that worked. The creatures worked. They were less fluffy. See, this is the thing that's gonna be the hidden horror of Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu looks fucking great. It looks like a bunch of cute Pokemon, cute, fluffy creatures out there. Digimon would have not looked like that, though. It would have looked like a bunch of cute creatures and then a bunch of fucking horrific fucking creatures, which makes way more sense. But, yeah. Can know English? What are you saying, Minato? Minato's in the party scaring people. Giving this guy PTSD. What? As long as me and Minato got C, we're all fucking good. Very few anime video games you see is live action. I feel you there. Like I was saying earlier at the beginning of the stream, like it's a really hard thing to like really do a full adaptation from a comic book or an anime or a manga into a live action. Like you're literally stretching either multiple seasons, multiple series, multiple volumes into, or multiple chapters, you know, is a good thing to put into like things that took months to really perceive, or multiple albums or articles or multiple versions or volumes out over and over again to perceive this long story that is usually getting told within a weird 45-minute to 2.5 hour lifespan, sometimes 3 hours if it's lucky, like Infinity War. Like it's a really hard thing to actually adapt or actually put into play like that. Like live action is a very hard adaptation to pull off, especially in the comic and anime world or manga world as well. And video game, which video game you think would be seamless and easy, but they fucked that shit up a lot. No kidding, like a lot. They fuck up the video game world live action adaptations more than they do the anime, which you wouldn't think it would be possible. Oh yeah, they do. I don't know what we're really waiting on. I'm gonna do a countdown. For now, yeah. Let's do this shit.
If I must forsake myself to keep mine oath,
I think we got it. So be it. That fucking oath. He's like, I said it was raining outside, and I know it's not, but you know what? God damn it. I'm gonna stick to it. I don't care who believes me and who don't. That shit don't matter no more. These motherfuckers ain't got nowhere to run. I'll say what I want to. That's how people in the South operate. Oh, you only think I'm kidding. Anime video games you can see as live action. What would you like to see as live action, Riz? I would love to hear it. What would you like to have that perception? what would work out for you in a live action personification of something that you would prefer?
Tremble before true power.
Definitely want to hear that. The live action personification of your choosing. It's not anything particular. It's just the sheer wanting of really where your scaling point is. I mean, everybody has a different one, definitely. So just hearing somebody actually openly voice what theirs is an amazing thing to actually know of. Oh, fuck. Parasite Eve is one that I would like to see. A live-action Parasite Eve film would change my fucking life. I feel like it would be better than Resident Evil. I feel like it would be better than any zombie series ever. Parasite Eve would take over the whole, like, extraterrestrial zombie science fiction, unterrestrial, ungenetic, mutation feature series of all time. I hate to characterize it into all of those, but it's kind of really what it finds itself in the bottom of the characterization list. But Parasite Eve live action film would be the greatest fucking thing of all goddamn time. Like, I already see theaters selling out, like, people keeping their nostalgia alive from all the years, mixed in with all the people who just, like, love fucking video games. Not to mention everything else that would bring upon it as well as the fan base from Square Enix fans that like the horror-based series of video games as well. Ugh, man, it's fucking genius. The fact that Square Enix hasn't done it already it blows my mind for the most part. Dragon Ball Evolution versus Avatar the Last... Oh, man. Last Avatar. Way better. Dragon Ball Evolution is the worst thing that ever happened to any live-action anime adaptation ever. Like, hands down. Like, there's no competition. Dragon Ball Evolution on the line, it automatically loses. Like, worst of all time. Live-action adaptations. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, that's the biggest thing you pull from it. Like, most people want to know, like, what story were they trying to think of here? Like, it doesn't even make sense, and that's the big thing. Oh, fuck.
You've nowhere to run.
We're getting there. Honestly, the only thing... The Avatar The Last Airbender was fucking amazing. The only thing that was wrong with it was all the shit that they left out. That was the only thing wrong with the Avatar movie. They just left too much out. That's like the only fucking thing they did wrong. Left way too much out. That was it. Fucking great film. They just decided to leave all the right things that should have been in it out. We're getting there.
How it burns!
Ah, shit. Gotta hit the playlist back up. I might die doing this. I hope I don't. Good for now. Ah!
Tremble before true power!
Not what you want to hear sometimes. I'm dead. Not the best time to accept one of these. Honestly, only because of this. I'm surprised. Yeah, that was the thing. I kind of knew I would die. I should have just accepted it. For some reason, invulnerability isn't available while this guy got it like as a fucking like hot hand slap on the fucking surface of the land. But yeah, I knew it wasn't. I was gonna try it thinking maybe I'm just like randomly wrong. Sometimes it happens. Not that often. But yeah, definite proof. Invulnerability during this segment is non-existent. Doesn't exist at all, actually. So yeah, non-existent. But yeah. You know, I figured I would try. I'll give it a second till that bastard goes away. Kind of the only reason to even do it, ever. Oh, wow. Wasn't even on the one yet, and still got evaporated. Okay, glad to help. Woot. Whatever. Thank you, Minato.
Beg not for mercy.
We're at 13%. I'm kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie. We're at 13%. We should, definitely be a little bit, or no, we're actually at 14. Fuck. We should be a little bit farther. We still have enough time to win this. DPS isn't too low. It's just, the rest of the group, Rez and Minato, definitely doing great. On myself, I've had a couple moments I fucked up on already. Oh man, we've got a lot to pick up on. I mean, we can definitely do this. He's only at 6%, and you know we definitely have time left. It's just, ooh, we gotta pick up. All of us, you know, though. It's nothing particular. Getting kind of close to Enrage, though. Right after this and one more Fifth Element, it would be. I think we got it, though. Good deal. If everybody wants to do one more, I'll do one more, and if so, it'll be my last one. But if not, that was the last one. We'll see how this really goes. But I can do one more. I'm just starting to get very tired. have been on for quite a while anyway, though. 3 hours and 28 minutes so far. Oh, man, that sucks. A DPS of all people to leave, too. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna hit a rating check, gonna hit a restroom break. When I get right back, we'll run this. Love getting killed by Tank Buster. Don't we all, Riz? Don't we all? Good deal. But yeah, probably gonna be my last game. I'm starting to get very tired, very hungry. Make it real interesting. Start it up before the countdown. Before the call-outs. I'm not going to. That'd be so terrible. Minato! Get over here. You are not Minato. That's Minato. Get out of here, gold person. This is me and Minato. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is me and Minato! They didn't hear what I had to say, believe me. It sounds horrible. It sounds terrible. But they didn't hear that. And if they did hear that, believe me, they probably didn't. But if they did, sorry. But I doubt it. Me and Minato have C down. Like, you see that? You see how gentlemanly that is? That's how far C we have down.
myself to keep mine oath, then so be it.
5 seconds of vulnerability as long as you don't do any action.
You've nowhere to run. Beg not for mercy.
Well, DPS is up, luckily. As long as we can keep that up, that'll work out very perfectly.
Tremble before true power.
The power. Oh, fuck. They're like legit trying to kill me on the real. I am gonna die.
Impudent mortal.
Maybe not. We'll see. That was a hell of a little round there. DPS is kinda up. I was trying to beef out as much as I could.
Grant me the strength to smite mine enemies.
Still a little fucky. Just a little bit. Ah!
This is far from over. Tremble before true power.
The power. Oh fuck. Double fuck. Things went to hell really fast. Luckily we fixed it. Yeah, luckily.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
Hopefully we can keep it up, really. It's a better way to look at it.
I must have more! Oh, Ramitama!
We're getting there, though. Oh, fuck that. Ah!
You've nowhere to run!
Seiryu at 64%?
brought this upon yourself.
Hopefully, this doesn't pan out too badly. Oh, fuck. Run to the seat, run to the seat. Oh, barely got over here. Luckily, got there just in time. 54%. Got a lot to pick up on the DPS end here, though. DPS is very low. Overall, of course.
Beg not for mercy.
50%.
How it burns. Tremble before true power.
Fuck. Death. Not quite, luckily.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
Oh, motherfucker. Son of a bitch. I was gonna try to get this the machinist back up, but ended up getting my own self killed. Unfortunately. We're getting there.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
Thank you, Riz, for the Riz.
Beg not for mercy.
23%. Really gotta beef up that DPS. I feel like we could get this, but we really gotta beef up that DPS first, or we'll never get it.
You brought this upon yourself. You know where to run.
Oh, I'm never gonna make it. Go, 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 go! Oh, barely. Barely made it over there to it. Barely. I'm glad I did, but barely made it. So glad I did. crucial moment for me. Very crucial.
I will not lose. I cannot impudent mortals.
I'm waiting on this to hit the second LB moment. Nice. Very nice.
Grant me the strength to smite mine enemies.
We're almost there. Oh man, that was in rage, wasn't it? Holy fuck. That sucks. So close. Yeah, I mean, it really was so close. If we waited for LB3, we would have lost before we ever got there. This team is idiotic with their ideology. Especially our tanks. Our tanks are really super, like, idiotic with the ideology. Like, DPS was not strong enough to say, don't LB. What? Don't tank if you think that right now. Like, get out of here. That was way too bad to not tank. DPS was so down right there. That was terrible. It's definitely my last run. I hate to say it, but it's our tanks that did it to me. It's my last run. I can't handle this. Our tanks right now, with the ideology that they apparently have right now, I can't handle. I will not be able to handle. But my last run here, I had a fun night though. Not sure what happened. Our tanks suck. That's what happened. Our tanks are so bad. If you saw the chat, it only makes so much more sense. People are probably also getting pretty tired as well. It's getting pretty late, honestly. Well, at least in my area. I guess it's early in a lot of areas. Oh man, it's going I guess decent so far. I do have a couple of things going off stream I'm gonna be doing right after. I'm kind of excited for it, but still yet. Everything has gone very well so far. But yeah, no doubt last one for me here tonight. I'm getting so tired. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it any further than this.
can match my might.
Not too bad so far.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
We're getting there though.
More! I must have more! Oh, Aramitama!
What the fuck?
You've nowhere to run!
64%. Surely we got this shit. Surely. Hopefully. I don't, apparently. Goddamn. Fucking hates my ass.
You brought this upon yourself!
I'm sure. Oh, god damn it. Ah! I barely got to that sea. I don't know why that tank even ran there. He wasn't even assigned to that spot. He just took his own initiative to just do the wrong thing. Whatever. Got your ass.
For mercy.
Okay. Somebody got you before I did, apparently. I tried. $49. We gotta really pick up on DPS if we're gonna beat this. I don't really think we will, but we'll have to really pick up if we're gonna try. It's the only way to be able to really do this. We're very far behind. So bad. Oh, even worse. I ran out into the water. Get out of there!
Tremble before true power.
%. We're almost there. We gotta still pick up DPS. DPS is way down right now.
Show them
Like, way down on DPS right now. Like, it's that bad. Like, we're way down on DPS. We really need to pick it up bad. We're at 18%. We still got a little bit of a way to go. We're not that far from the end, though. We got a lot to go to in Rage. Like, a lot till in Rage. We're only at 16. Really gotta raise this bar. %. We're almost there.
No! I will not lose. I cannot.
We're almost there.
You brought this upon yourself. You know where to run.
You're so wrong. 5%. 4%. We're almost there.
Impudent mortals.
Good deal. Nice. Got that clear? Glad to have it. That was definitely my last run of the night, though. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I've got a lot of stuff I got to do in the morning before work. So that was my last run for the night. I do thank you all so much for watching, though. It's been a lot of fun. But I am actually gonna get out of here. Unfortunately. Sorry, everybody. But that is the truth. Again, I'm very tired, very hungry. But yeah, I'm very tired, so that was my last one for the night. I am very hungry. Oh, you were all good, Minato, no doubt. I'm just gonna disband. It doesn't look like anybody wants it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm very tired, very hungry, very sleepy. So I'm gonna get some food and try to get some rest. I do have work tomorrow and a lot of things I have to do before work tomorrow. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for the help, Zombie, Minato, and Rez, for the Seiryu farms and all the Rival Wing stuff tonight. Definitely glad to have you all. But I'm gonna get out of here, and hopefully you can catch me. Probably, tomorrow. I don't know if I'll really be streaming or not. We'll see. I'll let you all know. If so, it'll be something special. And maybe even this weekend. This weekend, I'll be doing some Days Gone. But until then, I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. Take it easy until next time. I'm out. Have a great one. I'm out of here. Good night. Thank you for watching. Till then, till next time, I'm out.